Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back with another Madden video. Today, what I got for y'all is updating my best defensive tackle tier list in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Now, before we do go on ahead and get into the video, if you're on the channel, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe if you are new. I drop almost daily Madden content on the channel. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is at that 10K subscriber milestone. And it's also free to subscribe and you'd be greatly helping out the channel a lot. So again, I would just greatly appreciate that. Now, today we're going to get it started with pretty much every single tier is going to move down one, and the reason being is the cards that we're going to cover later. I think two cards that came out are basically the new S tier, and if you're not running them and you want like the best squad possible, you're not doing it right. So everyone has to go down to the point where we are now left with this. The S tier is completely blank because, again, like I said, a couple cards later that are the new S tier. But the first card we have right here is LTD Jonathan Allen. Now, when I cover pass rushers, defensive tackle, defensive linemen, outside linebackers, whatever, I always like to tell you guys about the traits, and he's once again a great representation of why you should always look at traits when you're looking at cards. So we're going on the website mud.gg right here to pull up his card, and first things first, powered up, gonna be 80 speed, pretty decent speed for defensive tackle, 80 finesse moves, 97 power moves. So I bet in your head you're thinking, wow, it'd be really nice if those finesse moves didn't have to matter, right? We'll get into that in a second, but he's also going to have basically perfect run defense across the board, and he's 300 pounds. So now we're going to go ahead. If you look above my head right here, you will see his pass rush traits. Utilize bull rush move on yes, spin move on no, and swim move on no. What does that mean? Spin and swim move are finesse moves. He has them on no, so he's not going to use them. He's only going to go ahead and bull rush with 97 power moves. Now that's a trend amongst defensive tackles as well, so just be on the lookout for that. We'll probably talk about it again later. Now, Jonathan Allen, in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and lob him into the A tier. I think he has good speed, basically perfect pass rush, perfect run defense as well. Only thing that could get better on him is that speed. So I think that's good enough for the A tier. Now, next up right here, we have Anthony, aka Booger McFarland right here. Yes, the announcer. He's going to go ahead and be 85 speed powered up, one of the faster defensive tackles in the game, have over 90 power moves and like 82 finesse moves powered up, but his card is not the same as Jonathan Allen that we just covered. He has a swim move on yes as well, so you do have to look at his finesse move. So that really hurts the value of this card a lot, in my opinion. I'm gonna put him in the A tier. I mean the B tier, my bad, misspoke. But I'm gonna put him in the B tier because once again, Jonathan Allen I think will play a lot better than this card. He is faster than Jonathan Allen, but again, him having his finesse moves on yes pretty much definitely hurts the card's pass rush a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and lean towards the B tier more than the A tier. Now next up right here we have Kevin Williams, gonna be 79 speed powered up, hit 90s for both finesse and power moves. But guess what? Even though he hits 90 for finesse move, he has swim and spin move on no, and he only has bull rush on yes, so you're only gonna have to look at his power moves. That's all he's gonna do. He's also really big, 6'5", 311. I'm gonna go ahead and put him into the A tier near Jonathan Allen. I think Kevin Williams will play better than Jonathan Allen. I think he's gonna be one of the better players in the A tier just because of his size and how big he is. Like also decently fast. You know, it's not like he's like 66 speed or anything. Like 79, 80, it's pretty good speed. Now right after him, DJ Reader. This card really isn't that good. I know he's free. He's a good big body, but overall, not a big fan of the card. I think he's either D tier or he's C tier. I think he's more similar to like I'll put him C tier. I'll put him C tier. So this card is going to be 67 speed powered up, so he's not fast at all, which is not a major problem for defensive tackles. Like if they have the speed, it'd be really, really nice, but him not having it isn't the end of the world, right? It's terrible finesse moves, only 89 power moves. He hit 90. I would be a little bit higher on this card, and I think he would for sure be C tier. If he hit 90 power moves, I'm not moving up to B tier either. I literally think C tier is like the best I could put him right now. Again, he only has bull rush on yes, so you can ignore his finesse moves, and he has pretty good run defense across the board. I just think he's a little bit slow, and he's not a great pass rusher either. I think he's overall decent. Right after them, we got Warren Sapp. Honestly, I think this Warren Sapp card isn't too much better than his old previous card, and they're going into the same tier. Gonna be 76 speed powered up, He has every pass rush trait on yes, 90 plus finesse and 90 plus power moves. I think he's going to play really, really good for you. Going to be one of the better cards in A tier for sure. And I haven't said it on the last previous cards, but all these cards dropping, they're like 90 plus for defense tackle. They're all pretty much going to have perfect run defense, right? And this card is no exception. So I think he will be one of the better cards in A tier. I really like his traits and his overall pass rush. I could maybe see him S tier, but we'll get into the other cards later that are just absolutely out of their mind. Then next up right here, we got Sharrif Floyd. Honestly, I was surprised he got a team diamond. I remember this guy. He was like a first round pick, right? If I remember correctly, but that doesn't really matter. Gonna be 80 speed powered up, which is really, really nice. Hit 90 power moves, but his finesse moves is a little bit lacking with like 88, I believe. So for that reason, I'm gonna put him B tier because his speed is really, really nice. Just a couple finesse moves short of being that A tier in my opinion. Like I still think he'll play really, really good. I think he's probably the best card in the B tier for sure. Again, a little, just a tad more finesse moves, he'd be perfectly fine. Again, basically perfect run defense across the board, and he has every single pass rush straight on yes, just like Warren Sapp. I think he's a good card, but I'm leaning more B than I am A. Now next up right here, we have the newest card that came out, heavyweight Sheldon Richardson. Now this is where I'm gonna go ahead and put this card A tier, and let me explain why. So his pass rush is a little bit lacking, but he's 89 speed. He's 89 speed defense tackle, hit 90 for power moves, low 80s for finesse moves, which really does suck. And he also has basically perfect run defense across the board. But how I see it in A tier, you either have like one fault, right? Like for a lot of these guys, it's speed, and for him, it's gonna be the slightly lower finesse moves. So I'm leaning A tier. Again, that speed is just so good. And now we have our two S tier players right here. First one right here, gonna be team of the year, DeForest Buckner. Like these two defensive tackles we're about to cover are absolutely cracked. I don't think there's anyone close to touching them. And for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and just show their mud.gg card so we can just, you know, take a look at them. So DeForest Buckner right here, 89 speed on him. So he has like the same speed as Sheldon Richardson. 6'7", 300 pounds. 98 finesse moves, 90 power moves, but we'll get into that a little bit. So just in your head, just remember 98 finesse moves. So, and then basically perfect run defense across the board, right? And given his size, he can play really good against the run. So I want you to look above my head real quick. Only has swim move on yes. Only going to use this 98 finesse move rating with 89 speed, 6'7", 300 pounds. That is a new S tier. That is the new kind of best in the game we're looking at. And, you know, it's going to be hard to kind of outdo this defensive tackle, right? But Javon Hargrave, I think, is a tad better than DeForest Buckner. Because, you know, Hargrave is just going to be 90 speed, 6'2", 305, 90 speed of defensive tackle. Because why not, you know? Like, why not give a defensive tackle 90 speed? 96 finesse moves, 90 power moves, and again, basically perfect run defense across the board. If we go down to his traits, he's only going to use his finesse moves again, but he has an extra move. So I think he's a little bit better than DeForest Buckner, but those two cards are by far the best defensive tackles in the game. And what I said earlier, if you have a God squad and you're looking to run good defensive tackles or the best in the game, right? If you're not running these two, you're having the wrong defensive tackles, because these two are by far the best in the game. But yeah, yo, this has been my updated tier list. Let me know down in the comments what y'all thought of this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe. I appreciate y'all clicking onto the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.